At the beginning of the story, we are introduced to a bee named Barry, who lives in a unique bee city called Hive. Barry is getting ready to go to college when he receives a call from his friend Adam. Barry tells Adam that he'll pick him up for college. Just then, Barry's mom Janet calls him downstairs. His dad Martin proudly tells him that he's happy Barry is graduating today, and that too with good grades. Barry takes his car, picks up Adam, and together they head to college. Along with all the other students, they sit down for the graduation ceremony. After graduating, all the bees are taken to Onyx Industries, a honey-making company, for job orientation. There they are shown how honey is made. A bee named Ned explains an important rule. The job you choose today is the job you'll have for the rest of your life. All the bees seem excited, but Barry doesn't like this rule at all. Net proudly says that as a species, bees haven't taken a single day off in 27 million years. Adam tells Barry that everything sounds great, but Barry replies that he can't imagine doing the same job forever. Barry and Adam then notice the pollen jocks, whose job is to go outside Beehive City and bring back pollen for honey. Barry finds their job exciting because they get to see the outside world. Adam warns him that some pollen jocks never return, and that the job isn't easy. Some pollen jocks approach Barry and Adam and tell them that they're going to a sunflower field the next day, 6 miles away, and that it's easy for them but probably not for Barry. Barry confidently says it might be difficult, but he can do it. Later, Barry returns home. His dad asks which job he chose. Barry replies that he can't spend his entire life making honey. It's not what he wants. Janet tells Barry that he has to do this job and walks away. The next day, Barry and Adam go back to the company to choose their lifelong jobs. They stand in line, but Barry feels confused and overwhelmed. Suddenly, he leaves the line and calls Adam, telling him that he's going outside Beehive City. Barry approaches the pollen jocks. Their leader Lou tries to stop him, but some members support Barry. Lou makes Barry sign some papers and allows him to go, reminding everyone of one strict rule: never talk to humans. Barry flies off with the pollen jocks and feels truly free for the first time. They reach huge flower fields, collect nectar, and pollinate flowers. Barry asks why they do pollination. A pollen jock explains that the more flowers they pollinate, the more flowers grow, and the more honey they get, so it benefits everyone. Later, they arrive at a park, where the bees mistake a ball for a flower. Barry lands on it, but suddenly a girl starts playing with the ball, and it flies out of the park. Barry loses balance and ends up inside a car engine. The people inside the car panic and try to kill Barry using spray. Barry escapes, but it suddenly starts raining, forcing him into a nearby house. Inside the house, Barry tries to leave but can't because the windows are closed. He falls down and a man named Ken notices him and tries to kill him. Just then, a woman named Vanessa arrives and saves Barry, releasing him out the window. Surprisingly, Barry comes back inside and starts talking to Vanessa. Shocked, Vanessa realizes the bee can talk. Barry tells her that everyone in the house tried to kill him, but she saved his life, so he just wanted to say thank you. Vanessa and Barry sit on the rooftop, drinking coffee and talking for a long time, slowly becoming good friends. A man comes to the rooftop and sees Vanessa talking alone. Confused, he asks who she's talking to. Vanessa casually replies that she's drinking 2 cups of coffee and talking to herself. After finishing coffee, Barry shakes hands with Vanessa and finally flies back home. Adam asks Barry if he got lost among humans and whether someone tried to kill him. Barry replies that yes, some people did try to kill him, but there were good people too. He tells Adam that he met a human woman who owns a flower shop. Adam reminds Barry that according to bee rules, they are not allowed to talk to humans because humans usually try to kill bees. But Barry disagrees and says that woman actually saved his life, and she's really kind. Barry offers Adam some crumbs to eat. After tasting them, Adam asks where he got such delicious food. Barry explains that it's just a small part of what humans eat, and that they eat many even better things. Adam takes Barry into a room and tells him firmly that they are not humans, they are bees, and Barry needs to start thinking like a bee. Later, Barry is seen sleeping in a honey pool at home. His mom and dad tell him that he is a bee just like everyone else, and that he should go to work. But Barry is lost in thoughts of Vanessa and skips work. He tells his mom that he's going to meet a friend and flies straight to Vanessa. When Barry arrives, a man calls him disgusting. Vanessa jokingly tells Barry that he should sting people like that. Barry explains that bees never sting intentionally because it's dangerous. It can cost them their lives. That's why bees must always control their anger. Vanessa takes Barry to a mall where a man named Hector tries to kill him, causing Barry to fall. Vanessa confronts Hector and asks why he attacked the bee. Hector says it was just a bug bothering her. Angry, Vanessa hits Hector and scares him away. Inside the mall, Barry notices many jars of honey with different company names on them. This deeply disturbs him. Vanessa casually says it's just honey and that bees make it. Barry responds that humans already have plenty of food, so why do they eat honey? He calls it theft because bees make honey, and honey is the only thing bees truly have. Barry realizes that other bees don't know about this theft. He decides to uncover the truth. Meanwhile, Hector is storing honey boxes in a warehouse. He discovers that Barry can talk, so he places a honey jar on top of a box to lure him. Barry secretly watches Hector and approaches him. Barry scares Hector and demands to know where the honey comes from. Hector tries to kill Barry, but Barry tortures him with fear until Hector finally reveals the truth. All the honey comes from honey farms. Barry follows a truck heading toward a honey farm. Dodging cars, he chases the truck and lands on its windshield, where many insects are already stuck. The driver turns on the wipers, causing Barry to be thrown around until he finally lands inside a pipe attached to the truck. Inside the pipe, Barry meets a mosquito named Mooseblood. Mooseblood tells Barry that bees live together, but mosquitoes live alone and no one likes them. Whoever sees them tries to kill them. Mooseblood spots his friends on another truck and flies away to join them. The truck finally reaches the honey farm. Barry overhears people talking and follows them inside. There, he sees countless bees locked inside cages. Shocked, Barry approaches the farm bees. Suddenly, workers use smoke on the bees, making them weak and helpless. Barry asks the bees how they ended up there. They explain that their queen came here, so they had no choice but to follow. Barry notices a picture of the queen and immediately realizes the truth. It's a fake queen. Barry rushes back home and shows the photos he took at the farm to his mom and dad, but they dismiss everything, saying it's just a rumor and that bees can't do anything against humans anyway. Adam tells Martin that Barry has a human girlfriend, and that's why he's thinking this way, but Barry insists that something must be done against humans. Barry then goes to a news channel called WTVB at 5, where reporters Ned and Bob announce on TV that Barry has filed a lawsuit against humans for stealing bee honey. A reporter asks Barry if he really believes he can win against humans. Barry confidently replies that all the bees are standing with him, and that's why he's sure he will win the case. Barry goes back to Vanessa. Vanessa tells Ken that she's helping Barry file a lawsuit against humans, so she asks Ken to leave the house. Barry starts reading different books. Vanessa asks him if he truly believes he's doing the right thing. Barry confidently replies that he is absolutely sure. With full support, Vanessa officially files a case against humans and honey companies. The very next day, people are extremely excited to witness a talking bee in court. Inside the courtroom, bees are seated on one side, while humans sit on the other. The case takes place in a New York courtroom, presided over by Judge Bumbleton. The judge orders the court proceedings to begin. The case is between Barry the bee and the honey industry. The honey companies are represented by their powerful lawyer Leighton T. Montgomery, while Barry bravely represents the bees himself. Barry addresses the court and says that bees invented honey. Honey is sacred to them. They protect it more than their own lives. But because bees are small, humans steal their honey and in the process weaken the entire bee species. Barry then presents shocking evidence, including a bear brought into the courtroom, explaining that honey companies use bears to steal honey and kill bees. Barry questions the honey company owners one by one. This enrages Lizliota, a major honey company owner, who loses control and tries to attack Barry, shouting wildly. Because of the chaos, the court proceedings are temporarily suspended. Later, Barry and Vanessa are together when Ken suddenly shows up. Barry goes into the restroom, and Ken follows him, trying to kill Barry because he's allergic to bees and hates them. Barry falls inside the toilet, and Ken tries to flush him away. Just then, Vanessa arrives, scolds Ken angrily, and throws him out of the place. The next day in court, Leighton asks Barry about his relationship with Vanessa and tries to provoke him. Barry doesn't fall for his words, but suddenly, Adam gets angry and stings Leighton. Leighton screams loudly and pretends to faint, creating chaos in the courtroom. Because of the sting, Adam becomes very sick and has to be admitted to the hospital. Barry and Adam talk there, and Adam sadly says that because of him, the case is now ruined. Adam asks Barry to close the window because smoke is coming in from outside. As Barry looks at the smoke drifting in, he suddenly gets a powerful idea. The next day, Barry brings a smoking machine into the courtroom and explains that this device is extremely dangerous for bees. While examining it, Leighton accidentally turns the machine on, and the smoke spreads over the bees, making them weak and helpless. Seeing this, the judge immediately delivers the verdict in favor of the bees. Everyone celebrates the victory. The case is officially won. All bee farms are shut down, and all the honey is returned to the bees. Because so much honey now comes back from the farms, the beehive factory stops producing honey, and the bees begin living a relaxed, carefree life. But slowly, something terrible starts happening. Trees and flowers begin to dry up. Adam tells Barry that there's nothing wrong with humans wanting honey because now the bees have no work left to do. Barry visits Vanessa, and she shows him the harsh truth. All the flowers are dying. She tells Barry that this is happening because bees stopped making honey, which means pollination has stopped. And without pollination, flowers cannot survive. Barry realizes that without pollination, the entire world will fall apart. Vanessa leaves Barry and goes to watch the last flower parade, held in Pasadena, California, because all the flowers in the world are gone. It is the final celebration of flowers. As Vanessa leaves, Barry suddenly gets an idea. He rushes to her and says that they will steal the flowers from the parade and use them to restart pollination, bringing life back to the world. Vanessa likes the idea. She turns Barry into a brooch, and sneaks him into the parade. They steal the flower float and rush toward the airport. On the plane, the captain announces that the flight will be delayed due to bad weather. Barry goes to talk to the pilots, but when they see a talking bee, they panic and try to kill him. In the chaos, both pilots accidentally knock each other out and fall unconscious. Barry immediately calls Vanessa. Vanessa takes control of the plane. For a short time, the plane flies on autopilot. Barry speaks to all the bees through the microphone and tells them that it's time to work again. Hearing this, all the bees rush to help. Inside the cockpit, Barry and Vanessa struggle to control the plane because Vanessa doesn't know how to fly it. Just then, thousands of bees arrive and lift the plane using their flying power. Barry tells Vanessa to shut down the engines. The pollen jocks take over and fly the plane using their strength. Barry guides Vanessa on how to land the plane safely, and the plane lands successfully. Barry tells all the bees that they have the pollen from the last remaining flowers, and it must be spread across the world. The pollen jocks give Barry their uniform, and together, they collect pollen and spread it across flowers everywhere. Soon flowers bloom again. The world turns green and colorful once more. Back in Beehive City, honey production resumes. Vanessa's flower shop reopens and comes back to life. Barry becomes a lawyer and starts taking cases for animals who need justice. Ken is left heartbroken because Vanessa has kicked him out of her life. In the end, Barry flies through the sky with the pollen jocks. Everyone is happy because their world has bloomed once again. And with this beautiful moment, the movie ends on a happy note. If this story touched your heart, hit like, share it with someone who loves meaningful stories, and subscribe to the channel because many more powerful journeys are still waiting for you. Until next time, keep believing.